and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at overwhelm for the fourth time. There's 3 previous vlogs, so if you haven't watched them, just go back and catch up on them if you feel that you need to. Today what we're looking at specifically is the feeling of being overwhelmed emotionally. Now this can happen through the loss of a job, a company or a business that you run going bust or losing money. It can be through the loss of a relationship or the loss of a loved one. It can just be that you've suddenly woken up one day and looked at your life and thought, oh my God, what on earth have I done with my life? Or what is the point? Or any number of things. And I can't go through all of them, so I'm sure you can figure it out for yourselves. Now, before I go any further, I want to be very, very clear here. This is here to help people to try and start shifting their life and moving it in a more positive direction, to help them to start feeling better. But at any point in time, you are responsible for your life. And if you feel that your overwhelm or depression or whatever it is so great that you're likely to do yourself or somebody else harm, please go and seek professional help, because this vlog is not in any way meant to take that away or to fulfill that need. So use your discretion to reach out if you feel that you need to, and be sensible. We all have times in our lives when we need others. So, really listen to yourself and do that. With that said, I will carry on. So the sense of feeling overwhelmed is when there's feelings inside of us that are just almost too much for our body to contain. But what you need to remember is that they are just feelings. And when we battle with these feelings and we make them wrong and we try to ignore them and suppress them and all of these things, all that does is it makes us feel exhausted, drained, and hugely overwhelmed. Now, the steps that I'm going to take you through, if at any time you feel that you cannot deal with what you're going through, as I've said, contact somebody professional and seek help. For those of you that feel that you can, the first step that I would recommend is actually allowing yourself to feel the emotion. Because at the end of the day, all it is an emotion. And give yourself time. It's not going to take a few seconds or a few minutes. It really depends on the severity of the emotion that you're feeling. It might take days, it might even take weeks, but allow yourself to feel that emotion, because if you don't allow yourself to feel it, you aren't dealing with it. And there's a way that they say the only way is through something. And I know it's unpleasant. I've done it myself a few times in my life. But the only way through or past something is actually through it. So that's the first step, is to give yourself space and time. Now, while you're doing this, you most likely will become emotional and cry and that kind of thing. So don't do it in a public place. Make sure you've got somewhere quiet and safe where you feel that you can allow yourself to feel something in the time and the space to be able to do that. The second step that I would say is to find something, anything, however small, that is going to help you feel more positive. It could be having a shower if you haven't had one. It could be getting your hair cut. It could be having a massage. It could be tidying up the kitchen. It could be any small little thing. And as soon as you start to deal with things little bit, you'll find that your energy returns. The third step in all of this is really to look at what is not working in your life. Because any sense of depression and overwhelm, to me it's not even depression and overwhelm, and there's different aspects of it, but any sense of feeling de-energized comes from us not dealing with something in our life. And when we deal with it, we then end up feeling more energized. And obviously with the loss of a job or something like that, there's a lot of stuff that you might not want to deal with. And those things can be your own belief about yourself. So your own belief that you aren't worthy, that you're not good enough, and all of those kind of things. And to be able to deal with those, you most likely will need to seek somebody else out to support you. But just knowing that that's where it's coming from, and that most people have those beliefs, can be a huge help. You aren't alone. You're not the only person going through something like this. And it is possible to get past it and to move forward in your life. As I said, I think the most important thing is to start taking those little baby steps. To just start looking at yourself and trying to move forward and look for things that are positive in your life. Because your mind goes where you focus. And if you're constantly focusing on the negative, you will constantly see more and more negative. As soon as you start focusing on little positive things and being grateful for what is wonderful in this life, you'll start to feel a shift and a change, and a little glimmer of light will start to break in. I know that this is a very sensitive topic, and I hope what I've shared with you will help you in some way in your life. As I've said a number of times in this, do reach out. Reach out to somebody you know has been through this. Reach out to professional help, because globally through the world there are organisations that will help you. And I really do wish you all the best, and I hope that you can see that this is just but a moment in your whole life. And don't give up, because there might be so much more wonder and beauty further on that you just can't possibly imagine at the moment. All the best, and goodbye. Sorry for this little add-on, but I was re-looking through the vlog that I created earlier, and I realised that I'd missed something very important that you need to be aware of. When I spoke about creating time to feel the emotion, the way to feel that is to lie on your back, which sounds a bit odd, and bend your knees, and it's all about breathing through the emotion. For some reason, and I don't really understand the reasons why, when we breathe, it's almost like a pump that helps to clear things through our system. And when you're experiencing an intense emotion, that is how you get it to clear through your body. It's just to create that time and the space just on and off for however long you need to. Lie down, raise your knees, and when you breathe, you need to breathe down into your stomach. So place your hands on your stomach, and as you breathe, you should feel your stomach rise and fall. Make sure that you breathe in deeply, so count to say 4 very slowly, and then hold it, and then breathe out for 4 slow counts again, and then hold it. And just keep doing this. Your mind might wander, you might think of all sorts of things, but just keep stepping back into the emotion and remember to breathe through it. Eventually you'll feel it shift, and it's not a case of wondering if it's shifted. You'll know when it shifts. You'll feel a lightness. Your stomach might even gurgle. You might burp or other things like that. It's all a bit odd, but anyway, that's what happens. And you'll know that something's shifted. You might feel you need to do more of it, to shift more of it, or you might feel complete. And that's really where your own wisdom will take hold. So good luck and all the best and lots of love. Bye-bye.